Hello guys, welcome to visit NUX YouTube channel. So in today's tutorial, we will introduce more details about the QuickTone of MG-30. So before we start to talk about the QuickTone editor, let's talk something about the devices more. So firstly, let's talk about the tuner. So maybe you will be curious about the tuner. So while I push the up and the control full switch, then I could enter to the tuner mode. So the first knob, you could choose chromatic or guitar, and press once you can hear the sound. So here I want to talk about the guitar tuning mode. So if I turn to chromatic, you will see it's not in tune, but this is the compensation tuning for the guitar mode. So let's check it again. So if you use the guitar compensation tuning, while you play the chord, that will be more in tune. Okay, so after you tune the guitar, let's talk a little bit more about the devices. Here I want to talk about the modulation. There is a tip. You will be curious about the subdivision. So right now I set up the subdivision for fourth note, and how to engage the subdivision for modulation. So here for the modulation speed or rate, you will see here is a small point. It means while you tweak the speed or rate to the minima, then we can assign the modulation to engage the tap tempo. So for example, right now if I turn like this, and you could hear so if I turn to minima, then I could use tap tempo and speed up. So this is the tip for the modulation subdivision. Okay. So after that, let's talk about the QuickTone editor. So firstly, let's take a look at the QuickTone. For the QuickTone editor, I think for all the other parameter tweaking, you already know about that. Here is the hint for the CMP, the compressor block. So you just hold it, then you can change the compressor to EFX category. So hold it again, you could go back. So that's how you do the same thing on the MG-30 device. So it's the same thing. So let's talk about more about the details of the QuickTone editor. So I think the most important thing is about the IR loader. So how to do that? You just click on the cabinet side, and you can see the IR here. So firstly, let me delete it, and if you click the right button, you could choose the default IR, or you could choose the user one. So the user one, it means you can load the third-party impulse response file. So you just choose the user slot, then click again, you can import. So here I can import the third-party impulse response here. So let's hear the sound. So I load it, and let's check about the sound. So I could even tweak it. Maybe let's tweak it a little bit louder. And I could even do the low cut or high cut, so you can hear the difference. And I could even export the third-party IR file to the folder, and I could even paste to other page slot. So that's it. And the other thing I want to show you is about the setting. So here, when you click the expression pedal, actually it not only shows the expression pedal, you could also assign the expression pedal 1 to control other parameters. And here I already connect the NMP-2 to the MG-30. So I assign the tip for the EFX, and I assign the ring for the delay block, and I assign the control full switch for tap tempo. So if I take off the NMP-2, then it will disappear. Like this. And if I connect it, so as you can see right now, I assigned the tip for the EFX, so I could disengage or engage the EFX block, and I could press the A full switch to disengage or engage the delay signal block. Okay, so that's it. And right now the control will be the tap tempo. Okay, so you can see it. So that's how I use this. So later we will talk more about how to use the NMP-2 to do some application. And here you can select the page to do export. So you can choose that, something like this, and you can do export here. So that's it. And here I can import the page. So here is the old page, so it means the total 32 times 4, and here is the specific page. So for example, if I load it in, so I could choose the slot to import. So that's it. Okay. And here, after I tweak the parameter, I could save it or I could save as. So save as means you want to store in different page slot. Okay. So here is something interesting you probably want to know. For the USB setting, it means you could adjust the USB audio stream to tweak the recording level, the playback level. And one thing I want to show you is actually the MG-30 didn't block the system volume. So even you could set up the playback level, you can even tweak the system volume on the PC. And for the routing mode, here is something different between other brands. You just need to adjust the USB stream as normal, or dry out, or reamp. So we will talk about how to use the recording mode, the routing mode, to do reamp in the near future. So today I want to talk more about like the ghost. So for the ghost, it means you can back up the whole devices. So if you are a working musician and you have like 2 MG-30 or 3 MG-30, then you could back up all the settings, even including the parameter follower or everything. It's just like the computer. You could back up the whole system like the ghost. Then all the devices can be the same, not only the page, even your tweaking habit. So that's the way to back up the whole devices. And here you can assign the MIDI. So here shows you the original MIDI CC, and here you could rewrite. So the gray one means what is already be used, and the green one shows what is available. So you can choose it, then that will be the new one, and you just press apply. Then you could change the MIDI CC. So that's it. And here you can load the put out picture. So for example, I could import the picture here. Then I could tweak it. I could tweak the frame size as I want. So something like this. Then I choose OK. Then it will load it. So after I load it, and I could set up the display, and I could choose the default put up picture or the user one. So if I choose the user one, and I have to store it, then while I reboot the device, then you can see the put up picture goes to the user one. So it's pretty cool, huh? Right now, let's talk about the drum and loop. So I press the up and down the switch to enter to the drum and loop. So I want to demo this. So firstly, let's check the knob one. For the knob one, you could adjust the phrase loop level, and you would just press the knob one, and you can adjust. You want to record in mono or in stereo. So for mono mode, you can record 60 seconds, and for the stereo mode, you can record 30 seconds. And for the knob 2, you can adjust the drum level, and for the knob 3, you can adjust the speed, or you can press knob 3 a step tempo. So for the demo song, the speed is 59, and I would like to choose the style for today, and this one. Okay, so I will start to record it.